So this is about a placebo-controlled, randomized crossover trial. The self-reported outcomes were assessed using a quality of life short form, a sleep quality index, a sleepiness scale, a memory complaint questionnaire, and an anxiety inventory. The results: sleepiness was reduced. As well, fatigue, vitality, and psychological well-being improved. Regular CBD use reduced daytime sleepiness despite the fact that no change was observed in the quality of sleep at night. About a year ago, a research team at UCLA and Scripps Clinic Sleep Center in San Diego reported on the effect of multiple different formulations of CBD on sleep. In a publication, the authors concluded that a 15 milligram dose of CBD, either alone or in combination with CBC and CBN, improves sleep quality in a manner like but not better than melatonin. The two studies may seem to oppose each other. However, when one considers that dosage, set, and setting matter, we understand how the same chemical can cause two different effects. In the recent study, high doses of CBD taken during the day reduce sleepiness and improve quality of life. In last year's study, low doses of CBD improve sleep at night. It's important to note that in the more recent study, reduction in sleepiness did not correlate with levels of CBD in the blood, and that's because CBD is fat soluble and does not distribute equally in blood and other tissues. Many cannabis dispensaries don't really sell CBD. If you ask the bud tender, they won't know much about it either. In their THC blinded stupor, they'll tell you that CBD needs THC to work. Well, here are two studies that are letting you know that they're wrong. Don't rely on the bud tenders for knowledge about CBD. Another option is to go to your corner convenience store for CBD or order it online, and you'll definitely not get clarity from the convenience store attendant. In either case, the dosage of CBD is usually low, 5 to 10, at most 20 milligrams. To reduce daytime sleepiness, you need to consume the whole package in one sitting. Remember also that both studies required regular use of CBD taken over time before they noted the beneficial effects. Unlike psychoactive THC, you don't feel CBD right away. So, what will the market do? Will it continue to offer CBD at doses that are only beneficial for sleep? If you're suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome, will you need to break the bank to get an appropriate CBD dose? Will prices drop enough to afford a daily dose of CBD? Maybe the higher doses of CBD will need to be prescribed, whereas the lower doses of CBD will serve as an over-the-counter sleep aid. This is definitely a case of one size doesn't fit all. So do you use CBD for daytime pick-me-up, or is THC the only thing on your mind? This is Dr. Talleyrand with High at 9 News.
You know, Dr. T, CBD exists in a majority of all varietals of cannabis, and so I prefer to just focus on quality cannabis as opposed to some antiquated THC percentage because it's totally ridiculous and just doesn't make sense.
Oh, boy, I want to jump on that, but I'm not going to do it, Jason. Mm-hmm. I'm late. I can't be an asshole, too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Decided to only buy weed by THC percentage, so now I'm smoking those sparkly blue cat turds.
Oh, man.
They're 98% THC. Yeah, I've got a growth on my neck, but I think it's just extra THC for when I take a break.
That's funny.
A growth on your neck of your extra... Okay, great.
His growth on his neck is actually his head, Jenny Beth.
Good morning, High at 9 News. I mean, like, okay. This is a cool study. That's interesting. I mean, it's kind of like the school of thought that a lower dose of melatonin is more effective for humans than piling it on, right? So is that kind of the similar thought process, Dr. Tom?
Yeah, I'm thinking that the low dose of CBD may be a bit relaxing, but the higher dose may be stimulating, and I've heard that a lot from folks that CBD stimulates them at higher doses.
That makes a lot of sense, actually, Dr. T. just from what I've seen, because I know a lot of people that will smoke like CBD flower, and they swear it's like a energetic type of thing for them.
Can we dose Jason back up on a high dose of CBD and just kind of, Jason, can we use you as a lab monkey?
Well, maybe.
Well,
maybe it depends on what the CBD flower looks and tastes like. It's all going to depend.
Can we just give you? No, we can give you isolate. We can just way we can.
No, I'm not taking any hard drugs. Sorry.
No.
I just a sativa like 20-to-1 type 3 CBD, a COA for one, with a terpene pattern similar to Jack Herrera, high terpinolene. So I would think that flower might be a nice pick-me-up for folks out there.
Okay.
What were you going to say, Dr. Mark?
Yeah, so I appended a reference to Dr. T's article in Discord that we might want to post a link to. So yesterday, a very important study was published regarding CBD and THC, and it was often thought of that kind of like CBD is not the antidote to THC, but there's some interaction between CBD attenuating the potency of CBD or of THC. And this was a clinical trial in humans, double-blind placebo test, and this was just published yesterday, showed that so Dr. T, they were giving patients orally 9 milligrams of THC and then differing amounts of CBD. So at the lower amounts of CBD, they didn't see any effect at all. And they were talking about anywhere between, say, 10 to 30 milligrams of CBD. But when they upped the amount of CBD to 450 milligrams, what they found, and this is the first I'm ever hearing of this, so this is substantial result. What they found is that at those high milligrams, it actually increased the psychoactive effects of THC. And so I think Jenny has said it before, the dose makes the poison. So where you are on that dose is really going to determine how that's really going to impact the body. So when you're only giving the body a few milligrams, there's not much of an effect. But when you overwhelm it, 450 milligrams of any medicine for average size adult is going to be a pretty substantial dose. And what we also know, and Dr. T's talked about this before, is CBD is not very bioavailable. So even though you're taking CBD in, a lot of it never makes it to the bloodstream, never makes it to cannabinoid receptors. So maybe, just maybe, by overwhelming it, by putting 450 milligrams into the body, you're kind of overwhelming that bioavailability thing. And now what is getting through is having some kind of noted effect. But just to talk about sleep for a second, I make a 5-to-1 CBD THC gummy, and a lot of people that I give it to take it before they go to bed, and they claim that it helps them get like 4 to 6 hours of uninterrupted REM sleep, which is really important. And I think one of the major reasons why cannabinoids are so beneficial, because it helps regulate your sleep function, and that's when your body, right, Matthew, is kind of repairing itself. Fair. Very interesting studies here on CBD and THC.
Fair enough. Lots of great information in today's show. And we're going to go into a commercial, and we're going to be right back.